Nurin Afika Danisha binti Shazali. So I would like to present media analysis the adaptation of feminism theory on the film Wonder Woman.
I used to want to save the world. This beautiful place. But the closer you get, the more you see the great darkness within. I learned this the hard way, a long, long time ago.
What is your mission?
To stop the war.
What war?
The war to end all wars. Weapons far deadlier than you can ever imagine.
The war can be ours.
Wherever you are in more danger than you think.
I cannot stand by while innocent lives are lost. Be careful, Diana.
Who is this woman?
She's my secretary, sir. She's a very good secretary.
It is our sacred duty to defend the world, and it's what I'm going to do.
So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Nurhadina Balkis binti Muhammad Anafi, and this is my partner Nurin Afika Danisha binti Shazali. So this is the table of content that we will discuss today. So first we have background information. We have synopsis, main character and their characteristic, background information on the feminist theory that is prominent in the media. And then we have background information on the highlighted theories. We have the portrayal of theme, relationship between the themes, and last but not least is the conclusion. So before we start, I know most of you quite familiar with this picture. So I will just let you guys know this is Wonder Woman. It was released on the year of 2017, which it's quite high demand that time since it was in the Marvel era. And so why would I choose this to relate it to my theories, feminist theories? So let's jump into it. So William Moulton Marston, who was influenced by the early 20th century feminist movement, created the Wonder Woman. So his goal was to develop a character who would inspire women and uphold the values of equality, love and peace. Wonder Woman, released in 2017, emerged as a cinematic triumph that not only brought the iconic DC Comics character to life but also redefined the superhero genre. Directed by Patty Jenkins, this film not only explores the origin of Diana Prince but also serves as a beacon of empowerment and representation in the world of blockbuster filmmaking. This essay delves into the background of the Wonder Woman movie, exploring its development, casting, narrative choices, and cultural impact.
So let's continue the synopsis of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman follows the origin story of Diana Prince, an Amazonian princess raised on mystical island of Themyscira, trained as a fierce warrior by her aunt, General Antiope, and shaped by the wisdom of her mother, Queen Hippolyta. Diana's peaceful life has been taken a dramatically turn with the arrival of American pilot Steve Trevor. So, Steve has been crashed onto Themyscira while escaping German force during World War I, bringing news of a conflict that threatened to engulf the world. Convinced that the god of war, Ares, is behind the war, Diana chose to leave her home to fulfill her destiny as a warrior and bring an end to the conflict. So, as Diana and Steve venture into the world of man, she discovered her superhuman abilities and the true extent of her power. They join force with the diverse group of allies, including Sammy, Charlie, and Chief, forming an unlikely team to infiltrate enemies' lines and stop the nefarious plan of General Ludendorff and Dr. Isabel Maru, who are developing a deadly gas that could prolong the war. So throughout their journey, Diana grapples with the complexities of humanity, witnessing both the inherent godness and darkness within people. And this film concludes with a contemporary Diana reflecting on her experience and embracing her superhero identity. Wonder Woman not only stands as an action pack of superhero adventure and woman empowerment, but also a tale of self-discovery, love, and the enduring power of compassionate and in the face of adversity. So for main character and their characteristic, in Wonder Woman, the main character is brought to life by a talented cast, each character contributing to the film story with a unique characteristic. So as we know, Gal Gadot plays Diana Prince, also known as Wonder Woman, a fierce and compassionate warrior with strong sense of justice. And we have Chris Pine plays a role as Steve Trevor, an American pilot who became Diana's ally and lover. Steve was characterized by his spirit, courage, and commitment to ending the atrocities of World War. And additionally, characters such as Queen Hippolyta being portrayed by Connie Nelson, General Antioch has been played by Robin Wright, and Sir Patrick Morgan has been portrayed by David Thewlis, contribute to the rich tapestry of the film. So, as we know, Gal Gadot, that played by Diana Prince, she is very protagonist of the film. She is a princess with superhuman strength and have a combat skill. Her character embodies both strength and empathy, and she serves as a symbol of hope, inspiration. So, next, we have Steve Trevor. As we know, Diana's lover. Despite being a mortal, Steve displays bravery and resilience in the face of adversity. Next, we have General Antioch, which is Diana's auntie, as the greatest warrior of Themyscira. She is a skilled and disciplined leader, training Diana in the art of combat, and she also fierce, protective, and determined to prepare Diana for challenges that lie ahead. Her character embodies the strength also and prowess of the Amazonian warriors. And we have Queen Hippolyta, which is Diana's mother. The actress is Connie Nelson as Queen Hippolyta. She's also wise, very wise, compassionate, protective, a very protective and loving mother, and she's very taking care of her daughter, which is Diana. Hippolyta plays a crucial role in shaping Diana's understanding of her identity and destiny. Her character carries the weight of responsibility as the leader of the Amazons. And the last one, we have Sir Patrick Morgan, which is Ares. David Thewlis as Ares in The God of War, and the film primary antagonist. Initially appearing as Sir Patrick Morgan, a British politician, his true identity revealed later in the story. Ares represents the darker aspect of human nature and serve a foil to Diana's ideal, because his character explores theme of power, corruption, and the consequence of war. So let's continue the background of information on the feminist theory that is prominent in the media of this film, Wonder Woman. On the authority of back 1998, feminist theory, a multi-phase and involving discourse, has served a critical lens through which a scholar and activities has been investigate the complexities of gender, power, and societal structure. Feminism theories have evolved in response to historical injustice. So this wave, which was focused on securing legal and political rights for women, laid the groundwork for subsequent feminist thought. As feminists evolve, a subsequent wave addressed broader issues such as reproductive rights, workplace discrimination, and the intersectionality of gender with race, class, and sexuality through a feminist lens for its representation, themes, and the broader implication it holds within the feminist discourse in media. Here is an exploration of the feminist theory prominent in the media, particularly in the context of this movie of Wonder Woman. So, Wonder Woman is often acknowledged for presenting a powerful and independent female protagonist. Diana Prince, portrayed by Gal Gadot, embodies physical strength, resilience, and leadership. Her agency and ability to make decisions independent of male character contribute a positive representation of female empowerment. The film challenges traditional gender role by placing a female character at the forefront of a superhero narrative. Diana's strength and combat skill defy stereotypical portrayals of a woman as passive or dependent, aligning with feminist goal of breaking away from destructive gender norms. This film has faced criticism for its portrayal of Wonder Woman's costume, which, while iconic, has been viewed through a feminist lens as potential catering to the male gaze. Some argue that the outfit emphasized sexualized element rather than practically, but feminist analysis considered how the film addressed the female gaze, challenging the traditional cinematic lens that often objectifies women. Patty Jenkins' direction has been examined for the potential of subvert or align with established cinematic norms regarding the representation of women. On the other hand, this film introduced the diverse group of Amazonian characters on Themyscira, contributing to the discussion around intersectionality within feminism. While the focus is on Wonder Woman, the presence of diverse women adds a layer of represent that knowledge the varied experience of women. Some feminist critics that have highlighted the need for more nuanced racial representation within the film. intersectional feminism encourage analysis that consider how race intersect with gender, prompting a discussion about the portrayal of women of color in superhero narrative. These film narratives explore theme of war and the destructive nature of patriarchy, aligning with feminist critique of the impact of systemic power imbalance. Diana's journey to confront Ares, the god of war, can be interpreted as a feminist narrative challenging patriarchal force. The portrayal of female relationship, particularly on this reflect themes of solidarity and support among women. This aligns with feminist ideal of fostering a positive relationship among women, countering narratives that pit women against each other. So in conclusion, Wonder Woman serves as a fascinating case study within feminist media theory. While the film has made significant strides in positive representation and challenging gender norms, it also prompts nuanced discussion around aspects of the sexualization, racial representation, and the broader implication of women leads narrative in the superhero genre. The ongoing of conversation surrounding Wonder Woman contribute the involving discourse within feminist theory in the media.
For the fourth point, I will explain about the portrayal of themes in Wonder Woman through the representation of characters and their characteristics. So I will elaborate a little bit the explanation. So Wonder Woman skillfully weaves themes and central issues into its narrative through the representation of characters and their characteristics. The film delves into aspects of heroism, identity, war, and the human conditions, using its characters to explore and embody these themes. Here's an analysis of how these themes are portrayed through the characters in the movie. So the first theme that I found was sacrifice and leadership. As I see, we can see from the Steve Trevor's action underscore themes of sacrifice and leadership. His willingness to sacrifice for the greater good and lead a diverse group of individuals aligns with the film's exploration of leadership qualities and the sacrifices required in the pursuit of justice. Steve Trevor's sacrifice it's a pivotal moment in the film, recognizing the impending danger of a lethal gas. Steve decides to make a sacrifice by detonating the plane carrying the deadly payload. This act is motivated by his desire to limit the gas's destructive potentials, displaying selflessness and heroism. The film's exploration of heroism and sacrifice as virtues is exemplified by Steve's sacrifice. His actions serve as a reminder that true heroism entails personal sacrifice for the greater good, as well as moral courage and a commitment to justice. Diana is deeply moved by Steve's sacrifice. It serves as a catalyst for her understanding of humanity's complexities, the consequences of war, and the sacrifice made in the name of peace. Steve's selfless acts serve as a poignant metaphor for Diana's worldview and motivations. For the point number 2 was female empowerment. As I see from the movie, Diana's journey from Themyscira to the human world is marked by her determination to become a warrior and make a difference. Her dialogue emphasizes her rejection of traditional female roles, such as when she speaks, "Why I do is not up to you." This dialogue means the challenge of the authority that seeks to limit her. Diana's empowerment extends beyond mere verbal expression. It is eloquently manifested through her concrete actions. Upon entering the human realm, her adept combat skills, exemplary leadership traits, and unwavering courage collectively defy entrenched stereotypes pertaining to women. The cinematic narrative underscores the notion that the essence of female empowerment transcends rhetoric, emphasizing the significance of tangible deeds that boldly contravene societal limitations. So for the last portrayal of theme that I found in this movie is gender roles and stereotypes. The film challenges traditional gender roles, especially when Diana enters a man's world during World War I. Diana's dialogue challenges gender stereotype. It sounds like this. But that's what people do, she responded. It's not about what people deserve, it's about what you believe, and I believe in love. That's what she said during that scene. So Diana, who was played by Gal Gadot, defies the stereotype of women being physically weaker or secondary to their male counterparts. The dialogue shows that she expresses her incredible physical strength and establishes her as a strong and empowered character. Breaking away from the damsel in distress trope, Diana's leadership and strategic thinking call into question stereotypes that confine women to emotional or supportive roles. Her role as an Amazon leader and her ability to navigate complex situations show that actually women can excel in position of power and intelligence. Hence, Themyscira, the Amazon's home island, represent a paradigm shaped by presenting a female-only warrior society. This contradicts the traditional narrative of male-dominated societies by presenting women as capable, powerful, and self-sufficient. Chris Pine's character, Steve Trevor, challenges the stereotype of the traditional male hero. While he is unquestionably heroic, his character is supportive of Diana. This calls into question the notion that male characters in hero stories must always take the lead.
So for the relationship between the themes or issue discussed and feminism theory, we have three theories, which is power of sacrifice and leadership. Second, we have female empowerment, and the last one we have the significance of gender role. So for the relationship between the theme or issue discussed and feminist theory, the film Wonder Woman adeptly integrates element of feminist theory into the storyline and character portrayal, effectively aligning with diverse phase of a feminist concept. Feminist theory recognizes the historical burden placed on women to sacrifice personal aspiration in order to meet societal expectation. The theme of sacrifice is portrayed as a source of empowerment rather than a limitation in Wonder Woman's Diana's willingness to sacrifice herself for a greater goods in not a sign of submission. Instead, it emphasized her agency and dedication to principles, calling into question the notion that women's sacrifice. So for the first theory, we have power of sacrifice and leadership. At its core, the movie encapsulates feminist value through the persona of Diana, also known as Wonder Woman, serving an emblem of empowerment and parity. Through Road 1995, her depiction as a determined figure challenging societal norms and embracing her autonomy resonate deeply with feminist principles, emphasizing women's resilience and independence. Diana's character disrupts established gender role, affirming the potential for women to hold influential leadership position and act as heroes in accordance with feminist aspiration of dismantling gender-based constraint. Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman challenges traditional perception of a female physically, and her strength and her combat skill and physical prowess challenging the notion that physical power is inherently masculine. Diana is even elevated to the status of a symbol of physical strength, demonstrating that women can be formidable warrior. Because of her combat prowess is not a departure from femininity, but rather than assertion that power and strength are not limited and to one gender role. By criticism of patriarchal structure, particularly through the lens of war, the film engaging the radical feminism concept, Diana's final confrontation with Ares represent that Diana's rejection of patriarchal influence, that her desire to end the destructive cycles by male dominant system. Diana is portrayed as a force against the destructive consequence of male power struggle in the film, which criticize the patriarchal aspect of war and conflict. By recognizing Diana's intersectionality, Wonder Woman embodies third wave feminist principle. Her identity as a woman and a superhero exemplifies the significance of recognizing and embracing various aspects of female identity. Moreover, to confront gender stereotype and showcase female empowerment, Diana's leadership sacrifice and bond with a diverse array and allies under core feminist emphasis on inclusivity and collaboration, highlighting the strength derived from diversity. In the way it speaks of individual female empowerment, Diana can be seen as post-feminism. Diana's physical and emotional strength is portrayed as the norm rather than expectation. The story is emphasizes her development, resilience, and discovery of her own abilities. And in this movie, traditional gender tropes by portraying by Diana as a heroine whose power is inherent in herself rather than derived from a male figure. This is called into a question narrative in which female characters are frequently represented in relation to male protagonists. So the last one we have the significance of gender role. Okay, Wonder Woman effectively incorporates feminist principle into the narrative and character arc, conveying message of empowerment, equality, and the disconstructive of gender stereotypes. Through Diana's character and her odyssey, this movie serves a testament of feminism ideal, encouraging audience to embrace gender parity, empowerment, and the reconfiguration of societal paradigm. The portrayal of Themyscira as a female-only societal question, patriarchal norm that frequently exclude of marginalized women, as the Amazon demonstrate that women can thrive on their own, debunking the myth that the gender equality is incompatible with societal success. Hence, Diana role as Wonder Woman become a metaphor for breaking the mold of a traditional female superhero character. She is not a sidekick or love interest, but rather a strong, independent protagonist. The portrayal of Wonder Woman in the film inspired generation of view by representing a female character who defies stereotype and plays a central heroine role traditional reserved for male character. By representing Diana's quest to end conflict, the film criticized the gendered aspect of the war. It challenged the narrative that portrays war as primarily a male domain and emphasizing the impact of conflict on the woman. So on the other hand, Diana's participation in World War I challenges the traditional narrative of women as passive victim during wartime. Instead, she becomes a change agent actively seeking to the end of the destructive conflict. The film contributes the cultural shift in how gender roles are depicted in mainstream cinema by challenging stereotype, portraying a diverse female character and representing Diana as a multi-faced heroine. The film not only uncertain but also makes a feminist statement, sparkling debate about the importance of diverse and empowering representation of women in media.
So here comes to the conclusion. What can I say? To sum up, the study of Wonder Woman through the lens of feminist theory, especially the existential feminist perspective of Simone de Beauvoir, provides valuable insight into how to embody women's empowerment, identity, and the challenge of social norms. Diana Prince's character, Wonder Woman, is a compelling depiction of a woman who transcends traditional gender roles and actively shapes her destiny in a male-dominated world. Wonder Woman movie emerged as a feminist triumph in the realm of superhero cinema, seamlessly adapting feminist theory to craft a narrative that transcends conventional gender norms. Through the compelling journey of Diana, the film intricately weaved feminist principles into its fabrics, challenging stereotypes and redefining the superhero narrative. The adaptation of feminist theory in Wonder Woman is evident in several key aspects. I will explain to you what some of the aspects.